Okay, it is Sunday morning. It's like 12:27 Sunday morning, and Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, whatever the fuck it is, celebrated their graduation yesterday, which was Saturday, June 2nd. Now, 2 days ago, which was Friday, June 1st, one of the victims, Meadow Pollock, her father and two of her best friends came on, and I'm gonna post links below. Even though it was one long segment, for some strange reason, I found the first part of the segment on one channel, second part of the segment on another channel, so I'm gonna post two videos down below. They're like 4-minute videos. Sorry, allergies. Now I'm gonna get a little personal in this video. I've lost friends in my life. That's what happens when you're 36 years old. You've lost friends. And I'm gonna get a little personal. When I was 18, I was graduating high school myself. The day was June 25th, 2000. I only parked on this public street on the side of the school, and after school I would walk out of the carpentry class, walk out the side door, up the hill, into my car. But I never parked in the parking lot. But on graduation day, I parked in the parking lot. I'm going somewhere. I parked in the parking lot, walked onto the football field where the graduation was going to be. So I'm setting up, then I walked onto the public street, walked up the public street, walked inside, and realized I had to call my mother for something. My friend Dave was standing there. Now, when I was in school, you were not allowed to have your cell phone on you. And today you have your cell phone to your belt, yeah. When I was in school, if they saw the cell phone, they took it. And it was nowhere near as advanced as they are today. So out of pure instinct, I left the cell phone in the car. Now obviously graduation day, they're not going to take your cell phone away, but until graduation day, every school day until graduation day, if they saw the cell phone, they took it. So out of pure instinct, I leave my cell phone in the car. And I see my friend Dave standing there by the main office, and I say, "Listen, Dave, give me your phone. I gotta make a call. $1, motherfucker." Hand him a fucking $1. I call him on his phone. Hand him back the phone. I say, "You only made 25 cents because the phone call said 75 cents, motherfucker." And he tells me, "No, I only made $1. My parents paid for the bill." You cheap fuck. Okay? And after graduation, we're downstairs because when you graduate school, they give you that portfolio. That portfolio was blank because so many guys from many years past were out of order, and for some reason everyone got everyone else's diploma by accident. So now when you graduate school, they give you a blank portfolio. You have to go back into school to get your real diploma. So you go back into school to get our real diplomas, and you get a package, get the diploma, you get your report card, and I'm looking at my grades and shit like that. And my friend Dave says, "Later, Ben." And I say, "Later, Dave." He used to live down the block from me many years ago, and he had since moved away. But he came back to my neighborhood a lot, so I figured I'll see him in the neighborhood, or I'll see him around. Later, Dave. Didn't even look up at him. Now his father had an administration job at the mayor at the time. Flash forward a couple months later, August 15th, 2000, 11:15 a.m. I look at the clock and I say, "Dave." The next morning, 7:30, I'm asleep. My mother calls from work. She got an email. Dave was killed in a car accident. He had just gotten his driver's license 11 days earlier, and his parents left in one of their cars, and he picked up two girls from a neighboring town, put them in his car, drove out to Jones Beach, and There was another friend following them, one guy in a car, and they were in a drag race. He got off the parkway and went into the parking lot of the beach at 100 miles an hour. He panicked, jammed the brake, went spinning, and crashed into a bus shelter. 2 maintenance workers were supposed to be painting that bus shelter he crashed into, but by the grace of God, they were painting another bus shelter, and they witnessed the crash from a distance as opposed to being right in the crash. They would have been killed instantly. He and the girl in the front seat were catapulted out the windshield. Girl in the back seat, the car burst into flames. She was fucked up. And both girls are in a coma. He's dead. His funeral was one of the worst experiences of my life. Okay? Day after he's buried, the girls come out of their coma. And they tell everyone he was speeding like a maniac. They begged him to stop. A few months later, a friend of mine from high school, he was right in front of me. We graduated according to our major. We were the carpentry guys. Dave was 3 people in front of me. This guy, Ralph, was 1 person in front of me. Ralph has stomach cancer. Okay? February 2001, Friday, the 23rd, I'm in school visiting. Security guard Steve, who was 8 classes ahead of me, now a security guard, he had just beaten lung cancer. And I said, how's your cancer? He said, it's gone. I said, oh, that's great, man. You recovered? Yeah, I'm recovered. I'm good. You know who was here? Who? Ralph. Ralph? Ralph was here? Yeah. Ralph beat it too. Sunday afternoon, I get home from Putnam County. Remember my cousin who was in Vietnam? I was at his house. My parents, I got like 5 fucking phone calls from 2 guys I went to school with. I'll call them back later what the fuck do they want. I go to the bathroom, get out of the bathroom, another guy from high school calls. Vinny, Ralph died. Ralph did not get over his stomach cancer. But he told Steve, the security guard, that he did. Ralph knew he was going to die, went back to school to hang out, to see people, and told everyone he was going to be okay because he didn't want to panic anyone. Okay, his funeral, I saw Dave's mother at his funeral, and Dave's mother outside was apologizing. She felt so bad about her funeral. She said, my son's funeral is a distant memory to me, blah, blah, blah. But she also said she felt very bad about how she talked to people and shit. And I said, listen, no one blames you. I said, you were in a fucked up state of mind. No person blames you for how you behaved at your son's funeral. Okay? I was so fucked up with these guys dying, I had to go into counseling. I wasn't gonna like commit suicide or anything, but I was just fucked up by it. Okay. And a couple other deaths. My friend Courtney Hollingsworth, who was killed in Iraq. I've been over that a million times. You know that story. Remember the Trayvon Martin case? They were talking about Trayvon Martin was a 17-year-old child. And I said my friend Fran, who was also a 17-year-old child. And he was one of the best fighters in the city. Well, Fran had a hand operation for whatever the fuck happened. And he went to bed, never woke up. Or it was a medication thing or something. I don't know what the fuck happened. My friend Joey, he was born with his legs fucked up, twisted, turned like a fucking pretzel. I knew Joey when I was about a year old. We went to nursery school together. I don't remember him with legs and all that does though. His legs were like fucking crumpled up pretzels and shit. So they cut his legs off and he lived without legs. Kinda like Dynamo Channel's sister Jim Bricker. And he had problems, physical problems down the road. And he was serving as a city clerk in Harrison. He was the youngest city clerk in New York City history. He was going to run for mayor in 2012. And he was going to win by a landslide. He had a lot of problems. kidneys and shit. His sister was gonna give him a kidney. That settled. But he had a blood transfusion and it fucked up his scientific insides, and his sister's kidney no longer worked. And he was in bed. He was dying. And he got out of his deathbed to go and open up a city dog park. He literally got out of his deathbed to go and open up a city dog park. And he died. Another guy went to nursery school, was on Facebook, tweeting something on his, commenting on his page, and he said, "Rest in peace." Like, oh fuck. Ma, Joey died. My mother was beside herself. Okay, another story. Last one, I promise. There's a guy from my hometown who was 10 years younger than me. I didn't know him personally. His name was Michael Nolan. He was 10 years younger than me, from my school. But a couple guys from my grade knew him because of the neighborhood they lived in, or they knew of him, but they knew him personally. I didn't. He was a baseball player. He was actually drafted by the A's. Even though we're all Yankee fans, he was drafted by the A's. That's what happens. He was murdered. He was outside of McDonald's, and some thugs from New York City came, and they mistook him for their enemy. I don't know how the fuck you can mistake him for your enemy. He's 6'5". Is your enemy a 6'5" white guy covered in tattoos? But they shot him and killed him. His father specifically said, "We're not blaming gun owners for this." His mother specifically said, "We're not blaming gun owners for this." He was shot and killed by thugs. Yes, they were caught. He was shot and killed by thugs who came up from New York City with guns that were unregistered. No permits, no license, nothing like that. And they killed him. And his father blamed de Blasio for hating cops. His father blamed de Blasio for telling cops to stop frisking suspects and letting his shithole city get out of control, and the crime came up here and took his son's life. The father specifically and the mother specifically said in two separate videos they were not going to blame the NRA, they were not going to blame gun owners, not going to blame the Second Amendment. Okay? Now, if you ever, like my friend Dave's funeral, if you came to my friend Dave's funeral and said to me, "My friends, we want to put you guys on the news and have you go on the talking circuit and have you go over the country and have you talk to politicians about banning cars that go more than 65 miles an hour. And we're going to have you on all the talk shows, we're going to pay your expenses, pay your hotel bills, we're going to get you on next to politicians, we're going to," okay, you would have got punched in the fucking face. If you came to this kid Michael Nolan's funeral and you tried to get his family or his friends, especially his older friends that were my age, who know me, to say, "Well, we want to fight the NRA, we want to have more gun laws, and assault's banned," okay, you also would have got punched in the fucking face. Okay? Now, these guys from this Stoneman Douglas High School, you see this piece of shit David Hogg and this piece of shit Emma Gonzalez, who go on the talking circuit, and I've seen pictures of them smiling, giggling, laughing it up, yucking it up. Okay, they're going to meet with politicians, they're lying to the public. The first time I saw Emma Gonzalez, the first thing she did was lie. She lied about it being illegal. She said that President Trump overturned a law would stop mentally ill guys from buying guns. That was a fucking lie. And it spilled over the entire rest of the country. And they had kids from all over the country, including my hometown, going to talk to politicians. You literally had politicians whispering in kids' ears, telling them what to say, what lies to say. And you would have a kid standing in front of a fucking microphone yelling, "Fuck the NRA, fuck gun owners." you don't need 10 rounds to do this. Who needs a fucking assault weapon? And there will be politicians standing right next to them, right behind them, shamelessly taking photos with them. Okay, David Hogg is a piece of shit. He attacks politicians. He attacks gun owners. He was verbally attacking that girl Kate from Kent State. Kate from Kent State. That rhymes. I made a video on that last week. Okay, and obviously Twitter celebrates abuse. Okay. And all these little fucking turd fuckers that are exploiting their friends' debts for fun and for their own shit. Okay, well, here you have this girl Metal Pollock, and she had two really nice girls talking about her, and they said they had a picture of them with their socks off. They got their feet together. They have her initials tattooed on their feet, so that she could walk with them at graduation. Well, that's what they did. Okay, and there was not one mention of the NRA. There was not one mention of Everytown. There was not one mention of assault weapons bans. They were just talking about their friend. They did talk about the crazy shooter, and one of them actually walked out of school with the shooter next to her without even realizing, oh my god, that's the shooter. Okay, and then you have Metal Pollock's father, Andrew Pollock, who wants increased security at schools. Okay, and they're nice people, and they didn't politically exploit this death. Okay, Andrew Pollock wants schools to be protected, metal detectors, armed guards, stuff like that if it's possible. And these two girls were just remembering their best friend, and that's overlooked. Okay, everyone focuses on that piece of shit David Hogg and that piece of shit Emma Gonzalez and all the tripe and bullshit they spewed out like garbage that it is. But here you have normal kids who want to remember their friend, and it kind of reminded me of when I was younger and I lost friends for stupid reasons. And I plan on outliving all my friends. I plan on making it to 110. So I'm gonna outlive all my friends. Okay, sorry guys. But it reminded me when I was younger and I had a hard time comprehending my friends' deaths. And you focus on them as a person. And you focus on the tragedy surrounding their death. And you don't use it as a political scoreboard. Okay? And there were no politicians whispering to these girls, and their politicians will not be caught dead with Andrew Pollock, because Andrew Pollock does not want to blame the NRA for his daughter's murder, and Andrew Pollock has proposed ideas that might actually work. Therefore, no politician wants to be seen with him. And they're not given the credibility they deserve. And as the story was beginning, I was like, I'm so fucking sick of those kids from Parkland High School, from Parkland Stoneman Douglas High School. Okay, I'm so fucking sick of these kids, because all they fucking do is go on TV and use their friends' deaths as an excuse to party and meet people and spew hatred and shit. Okay? But here you have good people, nice people, that you have a father who proposed several good ideas, and two young ladies who remember their friend. And I'm thinking to myself, they're not getting any credit. You look at the Time magazine, they have all the kids from the high school, okay? They focus on the kids that want gun control because reasons, okay? And the other school, the school down in Texas, with the last psychopath, okay? They fucking forgot about that in 1 minute. And the reason why they forgot about it in 1 minute is twofold. Number one, he used a revolver, which holds, 6 shots on average? and he used a pump shotgun, which did not have a pistol grip, bayonet, lug, flashlight, or rocket launcher. Okay, and he was a flaming liberal. Okay, he supported communism and he supported Che Guevara and all that other shit. So that was long since forgotten. But take out the time to remember the victims, and take out the time to acknowledge the people who want to respectfully remember their friends and propose positive solutions, as opposed to just giving a platform to these fucking punks like David Hogg. Okay, I mean, that fucking kid is a real pig. Okay, Hogg is a very appropriate last name for that kid because he's a fucking scumbag. Okay, he says blood and politics is like when kids die. I mean, he's a real fucking motherfucker. He's a total useful idiot to the gun control crowd. Total useful idiot to the fucking liberal politicians. Okay, he's a fucking useful idiot. Okay, this kid hid in a closet and pissed himself while his friends were dying on the other side of the building, and now that his friends are dead, he's dancing in their blood. Okay? Meanwhile, you got certain kids that are fucking shielding their friends and moving their friends into safe spaces, real safe spaces to protect them. And you got one fucking kid who died protecting his friends. You got a coach who died protecting his students. Okay? So between the people who are actual fucking heroes, and I don't use that word lightly, and between the people who want to remember their friends peacefully without political shit, they're cast aside for Hogg and Gonzalez, okay? And just take that into account. Look at the videos below. Give them the attention they deserve. I don't know if these girls like guns. I don't know if these girls hate guns. But I do know that they're not going to dance in their friend's blood to exploit a political narrative. Okay, I can talk for 20 minutes. Alright, good night. Or good morning, rather.